Be the light. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Thursday. Well, we have a new series here. We call it the Business Building Podcast. So this new series basically Rana have designed in such a way that it is very similar to the manager workshop. So because now this year we are emphasizing on building network. So the most important structure, people in the structure is actually the managers, the beginners. So to get them interested, Ronald has specially designed this 5 series new training program. And last week topic was actually mindset. So how to develop positive mindset, and then with positive attitude and strong belief in the product and also in the company, you can actually build a strong team. And this week, the title will be Why LifeWave is Your Best Choice. If you're thinking about starting a business, listen, and you can share with your prospect why LifeWave is the best choice. So, as usual, Ronald, being a very qualified person in this industries, which is the multi-level industries, and he is a qualified trainer and with many years of experience. So, without further ado, I'll pass the mic to Ronald.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you very much. Okay, so this week we are moving on to the second topic in this podcast series. We are focusing now mainly on business building because if anyone who wants to know more about the product and the technology, I believe that there is enough webinar presentation by other leaders, and there are plenty of videos. You can view over YouTube, over the internet. So we rather want to focus because there are many people who wants to build a business and they want to get started immediately. All right. So today is about why LifeWave is your best choice. Now, last week we talked about mindset. Okay, so you have got it right that this is the industry you want to get in. But there are so many companies in the world today. I just did some check. Even ChatGPT cannot give me the exact number of direct selling companies in the whole wide world. All right, now, but the amount of revenue generated have already touched 200 billion now. So the direct selling industry is actually a very huge industry, and there are more than 120 million people involved today because these numbers are based on 2022. And now, actually, in fact, almost all the MLM or direct selling company do deal with some kind of a health or wellness product for that matter. And because of 20 years ago, a world-renowned economist wrote a book called The Wellness Revolution. It has actually speared up the industry. And today, it was not even 1 trillion at that time. He was talking about, that this industry will hit the 1 trillion market. And today it's already 5.6 trillion. Now, what are the categories that are in the wellness? Because wellness is not just about supplements, it's not just about health product. Of course, it includes the supplement station, health products, herbal products. It will also include skincare, anti-aging. Um, Even makeup is also under wellness. The sport industry, uh, even spa is also under the wellness. Anything to do with being that will keep you well-being, that look good. It's classified under. So this industry is very huge, is very broad. Now, just now I have said that almost all the MLM company actually jumped into this bandwagon 20 over years ago. I believe this industry have already reached the peak. There's a cycle. If you look into any industry or any product, there will be a cycle. It's called the innovation bell curve cycle. Now, it has already probably reached the peak. No, not to say that you cannot get involved anymore. There are plenty of sunset industry that is still surviving today. Like, for example, the shoe industry is already sunset, isn't it? They have been around for a long, long time. The watch industry also have been around for a long, long time. The glasses, the eyeglasses industry also have been, but you can innovate with new advanced product. Okay, but let's take a look at what are the upcoming or the industry that is trending now. Okay, as we all know that it is the technology industry. Now, if you go and Google, okay, the top 10 richest men in the world, top 10 richest men in the world, 8 out of 10 of them are from the technology sector. I tell you, only 2 of them are are non-technology. So, which means to say that if you can come up with any new innovation, you are going to change the world. It's going to be a disruptor. Some of the products that came around about 10 years ago, today they are multi-billion-dollar companies. So I give you an example that changes the world. Grab is one of them. Of course, Malaysia, there's no Grab. There's no Uber. Uber was the pioneer that changed the transportation or the taxi industry. Airbnb was also another innovator. Spotify, Netflix. So all these are they call it the industrial disruptor. Anyone that come up with a new technology that's going to change the world is going to make it big. It is mega, I tell you. All right. Now, today, LiveWave is not just a supplement company. We may go into supplement, to complement our patches, but like what David say in the last two convention, he says that LiveWave is actually an advanced technology company. We specialize in a wearable technology which is patented, okay, harnessing the power of light using frequency. Now, you must have heard about also there is a prediction by this Albert Einstein, during his era. He died in the 1950s, He already predicted that the future medicine is the medicine of the frequency. All right. Now, let's take a look at LiveWave. LiveWave was last year, okay, ranked number one. Number one, not in terms of size of the company, not in terms of revenue, but in terms of momentum. That means the growth rate. The growth rate, okay, out of the 500 direct selling companies worldwide. Now, in fact, if you go and search under the top 100 direct selling companies, okay, you will get a list. You will get a list from DSN, and 2024. That means based on last year. This last year, LiveWave ranked number 32. Number 32. But what about 2023? Where were we? You cannot even see LiveWave in the top 100. You see, this is how fast we are moving. And because of that, we also receive a very prestigious award from DSN. It is called the Bravo Growth Award, based on the growth. Okay, now this award was our David was not there, but it was presented to Meredith, our president of LiveWave. Now let's take a look at our growth. Now, this is not very accurate, but if you go and Google, according to DSN, Actually, the LiveWave growth rate for the past 5 years, from I don't know 2018 or 2017, I don't know how they calculate. According to the article, it stated 2,000%. So actually, this figure is very humble. I would say we are very conservative. Okay, 2,000%. Imagine, we are actually, live wave is actually moving at the speed of light. And the president of the DSAN says that live wave is now the darling of the direct selling or network marketing industry. Why? Because most of the other companies, in fact, almost all of the other companies, the sales are dropping and they were just merely surviving. But live wave is like a rocket now, it is moving so fast. Now, why? There must be a reason why we move so fast, okay? Being a technology company, not just what do you call this supplementation or just an ordinary a supplement company, I would say, all right? It's number one, we have zero competition. Imagine, no competition. If you want to get into a business, do you want to get in the business with full of competition or without any competition? Now, if you take a look, if you would to join a company that is dealing with supplements or dealing with health product consumables, you are in competition with so many other. In Malaysia, I think with license or registered, or some nowadays there are some companies not registered in Malaysia also, they are doing. Why? Because over the internet ma. Okay, so I think there are more than 500 direct selling companies just in Malaysia alone. Everyone is selling with some kind of a health product, either supplements or a herbal product or whatsoever lah. But it's full of competition. Imagine you have to compete with all the other companies. If you want to buy a vitamin C, which one do you choose? There are so many. Okay, everybody said theirs is good. So sometimes people buy, you really have to try and error lah. Maybe I buy from you first and buy from another friend, another friend. You have to try, then only you can determine which is the best. And actually, your body also, if since you are taking vitamins, maybe your body, just like me, I've been taking so many types of brand. I cannot tell which one is good because the body does not actually give me a very positive signal that this is better than this. You know, actually, we just guessing only. That's it. And not only that, no, we are also in competition with the pharmacies. There are so many pharmacies around, There are so many brands which is non-direct selling or non-network marketing companies. They are selling through the shelf, selling through pharmacies. And what about medical institution? What about the Chinese medical shop? They are also selling herbal products like a cordyceps, ginseng. All these are wellness products. So we are in competition everywhere, you see. And not only that, you are also in competition with your own company distributor. Correct. So if you join a company, which is, say, for example, a well-known company that started in Malaysia more than 40 years ago, there are millions of distributors. So you are also in competition with millions of them. But LiveWave is different. We have got zero competition. The only competition is our own brand partners. Okay, we call ourselves brand partners, not distributor, you see. That's it. But yet we are friendly. You see, we erase all those external competition. So don't you think that the market is even bigger? When you talk to someone, okay, that people are more receptive. Why? Because we are unique. You cannot find anywhere else. Maybe one day after the patent have expired. And this technology is changing the world. If you look at our numbers, the numbers, okay, the growth that we are experiencing now. LiveWave could be the next disruptor, I tell you. Believe it. If you believe it, you're going to benefit financially, in the next 10, 20 years. And number two, we have David Smith. A lot of companies are also sign-based. There are plenty of companies that are sign-based. Fantastic. But what makes LiveWave so different? Because David himself is the inventor. All the products that is marketed through LIFEWAVE brand, the LIFEWAVE brand, are all invented by David himself. We do not buy over people's invention. We do not employ other scientists to invent product from us for us. You know just like any other technology company, whether it's MLM or whether it is not MLM. Okay. iPhone was not invented by Steve Jobs. It was not invented. The idea came from him. You know what I mean? He hired scientists to invent. He gave them a task. I want a phone that looks like this with a giant screen, no button, blah, blah, blah. So they just have to go and work on it. Steve Jobs is a marketer. He's a world-renowned marketer. But David is an inventor himself. So David made this remark before. I think 2 years ago during his convention. You do not have to worry about the competition when they catch us up. That means when the patent expire. He would have launched X89 by then, he says. Imagine. During the last year convention in Dallas, he says that he have got a lineup of 7 years of product to launch. Imagine. And some of the product he already reviewed to us. All right. One is going to be a revolutionized water machine, which is not just an ordinary. It's actually energy, water infused with light. Fantastic, right? And he holds 139 patents today. You tell me, can you find a company with a CEO or founder of a company that holds more than 139 patents? I don't think you can find one. So David is a unique person. That's what makes LIFEWAVE so unique. Point number 3. This is a proven technology. Who are using our product? Not just Tom, Dick, and Harry, It's Bacon, Allen, and Phelps. Beckham, not Bacon. Beckham, Allen, and Phelps. I'm sure you heard of David Beckham, right? People like Ray Allen, NBA star. What about Michael Phelps? He won 8 gold medals during the Beijing Olympics. But if the product contains any drug, stimulant, or steroid, he would have disqualified. Actually, someone filed a dispute. So WADA took some of the samples and went for some lab investigation. And today, everywhere you see people using in the sports arena, different type of sports, Sometimes you may bound to see famous people using our product, just like recently the boxing a legend, Mike Tyson, during the training. Also, he was using our patches because it helped him. You see. So let me tell you, can you find a company like this? Can you? You can. This could be once in a lifetime company, I am already, when I find LIFEWAVE, I was 62. I'm 66 now. I wouldn't want to go in. If there is another company, I wouldn't want to go over. Those days are already gone. Today, LIFEWAVE, there are plenty of big leaders coming over. I'm sure many of you have heard stories, which is real. And people are building the business faster and faster because our growth is so fast. Now, let's take a look at this business. Today, you build the network marketing business is different from before, The approach I'm going to talk about later in the later session. Let's look at, this is a ready-made business system. If you want to start your own company, there are so many things you need to do. You need to hire people to do it for you. Just a website alone, how much you got to pay? What about the app? And what about the tracking system that track the business? That is the most important. How to calculate the commission? How much business? We pay you weekly, you see. How much business that your network generate, and how much should we pay you? You need, it cannot be calculated manually because we are not in the 60s, 70s. Today, everything need to be fast. People are the attention span is very, very short. You know how you scroll your handphone, already, correct? Yesterday, I went for a talk organized by my training mentor. We have got a community of trainers, and he invited this guy from Canada, and he was introducing an AI platform for trainers to use. Everything in one. Wow, fantastic! But it will take time. It will take time to use. And we were given to use for 3 months for free, but on one condition. If you do not use it, okay, you got to pay a deposit, and your deposit will be, how do you say it? That your deposit will be not refundable. That means they will, you know. So, but I did not register because I don't think I have the time, because there are so many things. One platform is like bao ka liao lah. Everything is there lah. Email lah, responder lah. He did some demo. It's so advanced. You know how advanced it did. You don't even need ChatGPT or DeepSeek. Everything is one. Let's say, for example, today you want to do. He was giving an example lah. Let's say, for example, you are doing a consultation for people in the finance industry. You want to teach people how to. Yesterday he did advanced was about taxation, how to save tax. So all you need to do is to go to Google or go to YouTube, go and find one expert that already did one of this video. All right. Then you copy the transcript. The transcript is the written words. Okay. And then you use one of the tools. You put the transcript and they will rewrite it differently for you, but it's the same message. Because you cannot use exactly the same, it's considered plagiarism. So the system, the AI will rewrite it for you. And once you rewrite it for you, okay, all you need to do is to upload your photo, one of your photo, and you do a short recording. You can talk anything. So the AI will capture your voice. And all you need to do is to paste this transcript, new transcript, pop. Then it will do a video for you without you doing it. That means it's your face. You are talking, your voice, but that transcript that is so advanced now. So everybody can become an expert. Fantastic, right? And actually, and then it can also translate to whatever language you want. You do it in English, you want it in Mandarin, click, pop, it becomes Mandarin. That's fantastic. But do we have it? David is already using it with his hologram. Just now the video in the welcome center, he was speaking Japanese. So we are also a high-tech company, all right? I mean, if you really want to go into this, you can also, you see. But there are many courses. One of our brand partners from Singapore actually traveled down to Malaysia just to study, learn how to use AI. It's fantastic. Okay, if you've got the time, you can actually look into it. Fantastic. And let's take a look at our business. Our business is seamless. You do not need, if you want to expand your business, whether it's network marketing or whether it's a conventional business, if you're doing well in Malaysia, you want to expand it to Singapore, just Singapore alone. All you have to go over to Singapore, register yourself in Singapore again, then build your network, all right? And then when you make money, you got to hire an accountant, form a private limited company, and ask him to do the taxation for you. Then you got to pay tax in Singapore. If you want to expand it to Australia, you got to do it again. If you want to go to Taiwan, every country have got different law, different taxations, and then you got to do it again and again and again. You got to hire, and that's how you grow big actually. But in LifeWave, no. You registered in Malaysia if you are Malaysian. If you are Singaporean, you register in Singapore or anywhere out of the 70 over countries. And you do not even have to go there. You know, some of your, even though you don't know, as we all know that next month we are opening our new office in Indonesia, and I'm also going over. I do not know anybody. I did not sponsor anybody, but through the network, someone in my network already recruit some people in Indonesia without you going over. And when the person see the opportunity and expand, just like Dr. Roy, after 27 attempt, somebody down the line got Lee Jin Long, and Lee Jin Long got us, and also got Singapore. That's how. He don't even need to come over here. The last trip he came over was 2 years ago, but he is reaping the profit from Malaysia and Singapore. That's the beauty about LifeWave business. You do not need to go over. You can just be in the comfort of your home in Malaysia, and you can build the business worldwide. And you only need to pay tax in Malaysia. By the way, those people who are doing their own tax, you can start requesting your CP58 now from LifeWave. I already got mine. Okay, you can request already. This year is very fast. All right, now let's go on to the bonus payout. Now, I have been involved in 5 network marketing companies. LifeWave is my number 5. And out of these 5, LifeWave pays out the most commission. We pay out 60% per dollar cap. That means every dollar, 60 cents will be paid out. The company only retain 40 cents, 40%, which will cover everything. All right. So I tell you, there are many companies out there, but not many companies are willing to pay so high commission. Even though the profit margin may be very high, but you need to have a very generous boss, very generous owner, in order for him to pay out so much. Now, companies that are big, even though they make a lot of money, because of the different ideology of different partners in the company, they may not. Some are very stingy, Some are very generous, So they may have to, come to a point whereby, actually the overall standard is about 35% only payout. But LifeWave. And not only that, we have got so many other incentives. I would not want to go into the compensation plan. And this 60% do not cover the retail profit. Retail profit is from wholesale, you mark up to retail, the difference. And I do not recommend people to sell product because we don't want to train you to become a salesman. If you join a company that emphasize you on selling, that means they are training. The Ford company that I was with, Samson was with me with the Ford company. Actually, that company emphasized a lot on selling. They ask you to do retailing. Why? You know why? Because the commission payout is so little, so little. It's only about 10%. I calculated. It's only about 10% payout. You know why so low, But the way they explain, it looks like, wow, the commission is fantastic, but it's not if you know how to calculate. Do you know why that company? Because the company do not have their own product. They sell other people's product. They partner with famous brand. They have got, they call exclusive product, whereby people manufactured OEM for them to sell. Exclusive only for them to sell. It is the same like OEM, your own brand, I can OEM one brand that called Ronald. Okay. Samsung can OEM one brand called Samsung. Alfred can OEM one brand called Alfred. You know what I mean? Okay. And they also have got another range of product they call partner stores where they partner with well-known brands like like Adidas, like even online services like Agoda, like Expedia that sells airline ticket, also on and so forth lah. But the amount of commission they pay, the PV you get is so minute. I think it's less than 1% for partner store. I mean, it is. After 1.5 years, I find that this is not for me because I don't like to sell, and they emphasize on selling, on selling, on selling, on selling, and they have got no other incentive. Sam, you remember there only one bonus. That's it. There's no other incentive because of the commission is so low. That's why they ask you to do retailing, because retailing you can mark up. So if you add the retailing into but then probably you make a bit. But this 60% we pay out is not even include the retail. I remember I met one businessman. He is a dato actually. I think about 3 years ago. Because he have got some problem with his spinal cord, spinal cord. I think he have got some bone spur here, so he wanted to try the product. After explaining to him, he decided to try. Then I told him that why don't you register an account for yourself, Dato? Then he said that register an account. You mean I need to be a member? You mean this is direct selling? He asked me. I said yeah. Oh, then he like his face like changed. Then I asked him, then he keep talking about negative thing lah. Then I asked him, what's wrong with direct selling? He said, no lah, direct selling markup very high lah. I said, Dato, you are in business. You like low profit or high profit? Of course, high profit, right? Business then. So not all companies markup high. Our markup is not high, but the profit is high. You know why? I told him, because it's our own manufacturing, our own patent, our own invention, everything our own. So that's why you see, if your product, if I explain to him like that, immediately he understand. If the cost of your product is 5 ringgit, okay, you sell 10 ringgit, your profit margin is 100%, isn't it? Okay. But if you have your own factory, if you have your own invention, you do not have to pay royalty. Maybe your cost could be only 2 ringgit. No? So if you bring down your cost to 2 ringgit, but yet you still maintain your price at 10 ringgit, what is the percentage? It is no longer 100%, or is how many percent? 2 to 10 is how many times? 5 times is 500%. Then he understand. Because we do not have to pay others. And that's why our profit is high. So he understand. And not only out of this 60%, we also provide you with world-class incentive trip. For those who have attended, who have participated in our incentive trip, will know how LIFEWAVE actually treat us. We are going next month. Okay. So, those people who have been to Da Nang, our incentive to Korea, and to which one? To Hong Kong, Hey, in Hong Kong, we get to stay in Sheraton. I've been to Hong Kong so many times. I want incentive trip, but never, maybe they give you Kowloon Hotel. The kind of hotel lah. Okay. Room so small. This one. And what about Da Nang? Those who've been to Da Nang, Alfred went to Da Nang, isn't it? Huh? You can jog inside your room, you can do jogging, when I went into the room, my goodness, I was thinking so big. I thought SPD only lah, because only got few SPD ma. But later when I check, the neighbor also, all LIFEWAVE people lah. Oh, it's same size, you see. And when I asked the travel agent, he says that he have bought so many incentive trip from so many companies, MLM companies, like insurance company, corporate company, all kinds to Da Nang. No companies ever uses this resort. It's a Japanese resort. Fantastic, right? Okay. Don't believe what I say. Qualify for the next incentive trip. I do not know the next regional incentive trip will be where. We still don't know yet. Okay. And after the Bali trip, the next one is the elite. I'm still fighting very hard. Still got 2 more weeks to go. All right. It's going to Switzerland. I missed the last year's one. Okay. I was told that in August there is another surprise. I don't know whether it's by invitation or by what. David already mentioned it is for to attend the premiere of. Do you know that LIFEWAVE is going to have a Netflix documentary about the life of David Smith? Some of you may have seen the trailer, the snippet, the movie. During the Dallas convention, they have shown. Okay, it's about the life of David. It's going to be very exciting. And of course, in October, there may be another SPD retreat again. So, like last year, I calculated there are 5 incentive trips, and I qualified for 4. So, I have never joined a company whereby there are so many incentive trips. No, and our incentive trip, I tell you, is I cannot explain. It's beyond words, lah. Besides the regional one, you go to Europe or US, normally you have to. I mean, the accommodation, everything is already allocated. They put you in the world class hotel, okay, either Hilton, Marriott, this kind of hotel, Sheraton, and you buy your own air ticket, and they reimburse you. They reimburse. Like, let me give you an example. I qualified for the cruise we are supposed to go to Italy to aboard the cruise. Then we cruise to Athens. And each person is reimbursed 1,250 USD. That is more than enough for the air ticket. And when we were invited to US, okay, we were reimbursed 4,000 USD. I went and checked, actually 4,000 USD, sometime on sale, you can actually fly business class. But if you fly lower, like last year, because we booked the air ticket actually much earlier, and then we were invited, we just changed our air ticket, it's still economy. But they still pay us 4,000. Actually, they are so much surplus, and you get to keep it. And it is so generous, David, I tell you. And during the Dallas convention, the closing, the Samson was there. Who does he invite? He invite Maroon 5 to come and sing for us. How much you got to pay for Maroon 5 when he came to Malaysia? I think a few thousand ringgit, no? You see? So I cannot think of any company. If people ask me, I mean, sometimes it's difficult to compare, but based on all this point that I just mentioned, the timing, the momentum growth, technology sector, no competition, 100% science-based. David is the inventor, is the CEO and the founder. And this is proven technology. So many people, well-known athletes have been using. And not only that, we pay you the highest, maybe not the highest in the industry, but out of the 5 companies that I have been with, this is the highest. 60 actually is very high. And seamless. You can just be doing your business with so low. You don't even need an office. You don't need a staff. Recently I just do my taxation. The accountant called and I said, hey, how come I got to pay so much tax? He said, hey, Ronald, you know that your expenses is so low. No? So when your expenses is so low, that means your profit is a lot more. So we receive a commission because myself and Samson actually we registered a private limited company to declare our tax. Okay. So because then he said, why don't you go and rent an office? He asked me, he told me, like Jinong lah, because we use the same accountant. Then I said, I don't want. Why? Because I don't want to go to office every day, get stuck in a jam. I don't want to be like that. I want to be free. Then no choice you got to pay more tax. Okay? So I cannot think of anything. I cannot think of anything that deter me not to do LifeWave. So when I first look at this, I think this is the one I've been searching for 15 years. It may came to my life a bit late, but it's still not too late. I will say, who knows, maybe you can live until 100 years old. Okay, so with this, I'd like to say thank you. I will open to the floor if you got any question. I want this session to be more like a dialogue, like Peter's session. Okay, and actually I limit my slide. Last week's session was a bit long because I did not limit. Now I limit to my slide to only 15, so that I would not be over the time, and maybe later on other speaker is going to take over. Also, they need to limit. We're going to make this, as the more session we do, we want people to participate, to ask question, to do sharing and things like that. So with this, I like this to pass it back to Samson. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Ronald. In fact, I just want to add on one point that you have highlighted just now. To add on why people should join LifeWave and why LifeWave is so different. As you mentioned that he has already done a documentary about David Smith's life, and with the collaboration with Mickey, who is the producer of this uh, documentary film, and it is going to be premiere in international award, uh, like the Grammy Award and all that. So now, if that documentary are able to be shown over this event live, the exposure is tremendous. Millions and millions of viewers is going to be exposed to LifeWave. Now, with such exposure, so you won't be like in the earlier days, 2, 3 years ago, when we talk to people, hey, never heard of LifeWave, what is this? So with that exposure, like it's going to be like much easier for people to share the company's technology and all that. So yeah, and I think there's one person who actually asked Ronald whether is there any recording for this training?
Yeah, I recorded. Now it's still under recording. It is still
Uh,
recording. Yes, yes. I intend to record every session. Then I put online. So there will be a series of at the moment it's only 5 topic lah. Or as we go along. All right. Now there are 2 questions here. Okay, let's go to the easy one first lah to answer. SJ. SJ is who? Subang Jaya. Ronald, when is the exact date of the launch in Jakarta? The soft launch is on the 23rd, I think. 23rd, 26th. No, I'll be going on the 23rd. I think it's on the 26th. On the 26th. Those people who wants to attend, you need to register. You can ask the company, ask the customer service to how you can register, okay? Because there are limited space. But actually, Indonesia, you can build the business actually quite long. They have already started because there's no office. Just like Singapore and Australia, Singapore already got an office already. It's called an success center, which is a small one. But Indonesia is going to be quite a large office, just like in Malaysia. All right, okay. So Indonesia is a very big market. Why? Because the population is big, number one. Number two is everybody speak one language. Do you know that Malaysia is a very unique country? If you want to do well, you must learn to speak 3 languages. But Indonesia, one language will do. All right. So for people who have friends there, please go and get your friends. Okay, tell them about this before someone get them, because you who knows, maybe you get one Indonesia Jinlong or Indonesia Guanjun or Indonesia Ronald. Who knows? Difficult to say. All right. Now, another question is, Ronald, how do you handle when someone says too expensive to use? Ah, very good question. Especially when they say that medication they are taking helps them. Of course. Now, let's talk about medication. I remember many years ago when I was first diagnosed with hypertension. I remember I went to China, this one mountain, this snowy mountain in Yunnan. So I was difficult in breathing now because I was thinking, at that time they were selling oxygen. Or you can buy oxygen. The one in it's like a spray can kind of. So I was thinking, I don't need lah. I went up there. Oh, yo. So I came back, I did a medical, and the doctor in Sunway asked me to put me into medication. I remember I asked him, hey, doc, how long should I take this medication? You know what he says? Until the day you die. Really? And then I asked another question. I said, doc, if I can find a way to reduce my blood pressure, can I stop taking my medication? You know what he said? Why bother? This thing is so convenient. One tablet a day, ma. Why take the trouble? He tell me like that, no? Really, Yeah, it's very convenient. One tablet, ma. Correct, no? You got cholesterol level, one tablet, ma. You got diabetes, one tablet only, ma. Very convenient, ma. But do you know that all this come with a price? It comes with certain side effect. I'm sure you know, isn't it? Okay. And when people say expensive, I'm going to tell you how to handle this question. People say, so I ask, expensive compared to what? You asked him, expensive compared to what? Do you know that people like to say expensive? I say, if this thing doesn't work, even I sell you 1 ringgit, you will say that it's expensive. You are not willing to buy because it doesn't work. But if this thing can help you to solve your health issue, your health problem, even this costs 10,000 ringgit, you will still buy. Just like when someone diagnosed with a medical problem, when they go and see a doctor, the doctor say you need to do a surgery or an operation. Normally they use the word surgery lah. Surgery like not so teruk lah. Operation like a surgery. You know how much it costs? Oh, this one very cheap, only 40,000, 60,000. Then they'll ask you, you got medical card not? You got buy medical insurance not? That's it. And you got to sign, you got to sign what? If you do not wake up during the surgery, that's it. The doctor is not going to liable, no? So you ask, compared to what? This is what I told the Dato. He said, MLM product markup very high, very expensive. I asked him the same thing, expensive compared to what? What? I told him, I said, what other alternative do you have? What choice do you have? Either you take medication for the rest of your life. You take painkiller. Even the painkiller does not work 100%. No? It only reduces, Or you go for an operation, 50% chance. He told me the operation cost 70,000 ringgit, but 50%. 50% chance another 50% that he will be sitting on a wheelchair for the rest of his life. He doesn't want to take the risk. Then I say that, what have you got to lose to try? If this product work, even 10 times the amount also you're willing to pay, I told him. So this is how I answer Compared to what you ask, compared to what? You must compare apple and apple Okay, let's compare stem cell One jab stem cell, how much now? One jab. Don't talk about those done in Switzerland. One jab. 70,000, I was told. This one patch, how much? 15 ringgit. 15 ringgit. Why? 15 times 30 is 450, which is about 100 USD. 15 ringgit. You tell people 15 ringgit. I always tell people when you pick people, I mean, in the later what I will talk about picking, you have to tell people, this is the latest technology and it is so cheap. You have to use the word cheap, or so affordable or economical. I like to use the word cheap because cheap, people can instantly relate. Oh, very cheap. So when people say very expensive, so you must ask question. Compared to what? Compared to what product? Compared to what? Compared to what product? Apple. People always say, very expensive, very expensive. It's already, 點樣講啊? How to say? It's already inside the mouth. Anything, very expensive. Okay, now let's go on. Thanks, Ronald. Are you able to share with me the name of the AI tool? I forgot. But it's very expensive, sorry. Very expensive. The 3 months free, we have to pay a deposit. It's only for us, the 30 to, I think 40 of us who are certified trainer. After the third month, you got to pay 288 USD per month. That is very expensive. 288 is how much ringgit? It's more than 1,000 ringgit a month. Though. But of course, if you can use, because there are so many things you can use. You got autoresponder lah, got so many things. If you are using it fully, it's worth it. Because you do not have to subscribe to so many platforms. It's one platform, all in. I cannot remember the name of the what, but 288 per month USD is that really lah. I think I can use the word expensive. I mean, it's a bit high lah, It's not so affordable lah for ordinary people. So I would rather want you to play around with, free tools first lah, like Chat GPT lah. There are so many around lah. I'm also experimenting lah. Okay. And I would rather want people to shoot for me the video like my son is doing it for me easier. Okay. I encounter a prospect from this way, this company, A way. But he feel that the company is stable. Of course, that company is how many years old? The company is easy. It started in the 1950s. It's already 70 years old. Of course, it's very stable. Yeah. I mean, if the person really, I come from the company, the first company, the training are fantastic. People would come up from that company before, they are well trained. They are very ethical. Most of them, not all, of course. After that, people change. Okay, they are legit and they are very good. But it's flooded. The whole world is flooded with their distributor. Full of competition. You can still do it. Just like the cafe business. There's so many people are doing it, isn't it? And yet you will see some new brands that survive. Like Zeus Coffee. Yesterday I was having Zeus Coffee, There's another one from China. It's called Luckin Coffee, They still make it. They still make it very big. Oriental, there's another local name, Oriental. They went public listed. You still can do it, even though it's a sunset industry. But you got to be very innovative. It's full of competition. So since you want to get involved, you know that this industry is one of the best business that you can start with very little money. Why don't you find one that is with very low or no competition? Correct, right? Okay. But you still can learn from us because I have been around for so long, Today our team Sinaran is actually open to everyone. It's just a name, Actually, Peter No actually opened up my mind, So it's just a name. Anybody can come and learn. It's okay because, like what he says, if you can hit elite and if you can hit the bonus pool, everybody contribute the 1% bonus pool. I may not be able to receive any of the commission from the bonus pool, but maybe one day later, maybe somewhere, maybe this year, maybe next year, I don't know. All right. So how do we handle this situation? Now, let's talk about public listed company. Do you think, I'm talking about network marketing company. Do you think network marketing company, when it go public, you think it's good or not so good? I would say it's not so good. I would not use the word bad, it's not so good. You know why not? Investors are only interested in what? Profit. So they are very profit orientated. And it's controlled, not controlled by the founder anymore. Who owns the most share will control the company. Correct? And everything that they need to decide have to go through the board decision. They have to vote. LifeWave, no need. Who is the founder? Who is the CEO? And who is the inventor? This three-person is David Smith. So he decide. If he think that go means go, so his decision is instantaneous. And David is not a businessman by nature. He is a scientist. So money to him is secondary. I mean, it's still important if you want to expand the business. It's talk about profitability, but it's not actually his main concern. If you have heard his stories, you would know that he encountered two very serious crises, life wave that nearly went bust, and how he survived on credit card with his own money and things like that. All right. So, of course, the final decision lies on him. Sometimes when you encounter a person like this, you can only give him a certain point and ask him to do comparison. We cannot say, their company, too many competition, no good, that kind of stuff. No. So you compare, with logic. Like just now, I explained to you with logic. Correct? Hey, don't you think session like this is good? At least you ask me, I know how to, explain to you. You see, you explain with logic. Public listed company is good. Yes, definitely, but not for us. It's for the investor. Investor, they want profit, they want dividend, correct enough. And you explain why our company is good, because we only got one person that controls the company. Then you explain it this way, okay? So when I go to hospital for my checkup, I see so many people who are sick, and I want to approach. How do I approach? This is my approach. You may not want to be like me, lah. I do not approach any one of them. Do you know why? Because when they are in the hospital, their mindset is, I want to see the doctor. I want the doctor to help me. Samson, you remember before your elder brother passed away, a few years back when we went and approached him, we kena scolding, isn't it? He said he only want to listen to the doctor.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
because their mindset is already, I don't want to listen to any, because there are too many people giving me too much advice, too much opinion. And do you know that opinion is the cheapest commodity in the world? It's given for free, correct? So I did a TikTok video. If you want to ask advice or opinion, make sure you ask from the correct person. You go and see a doctor, you want advice from the doctor. Okay? So these people, when they're in the hospital, you talk to them, I think chances of you, and I don't want to, you know why not? Because I want to build, today, this session is basically on business. I'm going to explain to you why. Because you want to find business builder. You don't want to find sick people. Not to say we don't want to deliberately go and find sick people. But of course, sometimes you encounter a brand partner, and then in his family, maybe they have got people who are diagnosed with certain terminal illness, and you want to help them. It is okay, because it is very difficult. You know why not? Because they don't trust you, they don't know you. You say it's so good, so good, so good. In their mind, you say, you want to sell me this product only, correct or not? So we want business builder. I would rather want to recruit someone who is half healthy. I call them half healthy, just like people like us. Actually, we are only considered half healthy, You know why not? Because no matter how healthy you are, we will still have a little bit here, a little bit there, People who are health conscious, they are the real people who wants to build a business. People who wants to look young. People who are very health or beauty conscious. These are the people, they are very good prospect for business building. All right. So if you ask me to purposely go, sometimes me and my wife also, we see the uncle like very pity lah, and all that kind of stuff. How to approach him? You think You think sometimes maybe you get scolding. So for me, I don't because I don't know them. When they in the hospital, especially in the hospital, cannot. Why? Because the mindset. They go there see doctor, not see you, not you know. So and what about person who have no medical issue and say I'm not sick? Okay, good. You're not sick. Good. That means you're health conscious. Do you want to maintain your status so healthy, no sick? Then you ask him, will you grow old one day? Will you develop some? Don't talk about terminal illnesses now. Is it possible that your organs will also grow old? You will develop a health issue like maybe hypertension, cholesterol level, gout, high uric acid. You asked him. Definitely he have to agree, isn't it? Because everybody grow old. Okay. If he cannot answer you, they ask him, do you still have aging parents or grandparents? If they have, you see, do they have issue? They will have issue. Do you want to help them? You can ask, do you want to help them? Question like this. All right. So sometimes when you talk to people, you need to shift the focus. Then if this guy is looking for opportunity, then you ask him, do you think that our product can create a business for you? Do you think there's a market for you? You may not need it, but there are so many people who need it. Then you can give example just like Jinong. Jinong started the business when he was only 25. Does he have all this health issue? Maybe not. Maybe yes, maybe not. But who do he approach? Actually, he don't know. When he came to KL, he don't know people. You know. So he just shoot video and then post. It's just like he just bought an AK-47. He just simply shoot me. That's how he got us. So so you have to when people have got this kind of I would not say objection lah. It could be an objection. Some people they say, I'm healthy. I got nothing. Maybe he have got some issue. He never tell you. He say just want to get rid of you. So that you don't ask him to buy your product. So you can shift the focus. You can ask different question. It's all about asking question, I believe lah. That's why I like the Peter 3P method. It's about asking question, asking the correct question to divert their attention to something that can arouse either his interest or his curiosity. All right. So let me see. Is there any other question? No. Very
Yeah,
good.
there's one is when I shared, I want to know more, that the landing page. Then when she follow, the prospect keeps saying, still thinking, still thinking. It's like they don't believe the technology. So what to do?
For me, 3 no means go. Sometimes last time I always 3 no means go. Sometimes now 2 no also I go already. I go to the next one. KIV this guy lah. No point ma. Maybe after a few months later, because you keep bragging him, no use one. Correct or not? Okay, you keep no use. If he give you, to me, it's an excuse. Correct or not? He keeps saying
I
that
mean,
still thinking, still thinking, still thinking is an excuse. He's not. Then this is what you can do lah. If this guy, I know him very well, I will tell him very straight. Can you give me a deadline? I asked him, you give me a deadline. I give you 1 more week. You are my friend, isn't it? Sam, you are my friend, isn't it? I know you how long? Come on. I remember I told Sam when he before he went to Australia, before I approached him, the story lah. I've been following up for 1 year, because I know this guy. Okay, I know him so well. So I told him, in the end, I said, never mind. You don't join me? You disagree with me? He disagree, Many things he disagree, Initially, I said, never mind. I will send you video about David Smith. I only want you to watch. I won't send you video on other people only because he's a medical guy. So I want David to convince him. So I sent him slowly. In the end, he bought. Then he went to Australia and used. So sometimes you got to be pandai lah. You cannot every time use the same people. So if it is a very close friend, sometimes you can ask for exact deadline. Exact. You give me a time. You give me a time. Never mind, it's okay. You can tell him, never mind. Even though you say no to me, it's okay. You can tell him it's okay. Because I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. So you go to the next one. Then maybe after a few more months later, you may bump into him. Then you may what do you call you may want to contact him again. Then the next time you contact him, you don't talk. Now, yesterday I went to the trainers. There's one guy, I approached him before, he was sitting next to me. I never talked anything about. Then he said, the car below 15, number 15, yours. I say, yeah. So I want him to ask me. Because when I approached him that time, I was still driving a Proton Saga. I want him. I never mentioned anything. I never even prospect any one of them. I want them to ask me. It is already after 3 years, 4 years, 3 years. You see? So sometimes it's no point, you will a Chinese call, you make people don't like you, 黑人憎, No, don't do that. Don't do that. So you give, for me, 2 no's or 3 no's means go. Then you come back again later. No means not now. It's not means never. All right? One new message. Ronnie, do you need to take our own money to buy to see what's that? You say we don't need to take out our money to buy, but I see that there are some people who go around with patches and patches pet people to what I don't understand. That we don't need to take out our own money to buy. No, did I say that? I didn't say that. Of course, you need to. Initially when I first started, I need to take out money, who is going to buy for us? I have to. But of course, starting that time, I use it. I only use one product, X39. Why? Because me and my wife both have to use, so we have to use it. We have to rationalize lah. We cannot use too many patches. Then after that, we tambah Aeon lah. Then as the business grow, we make more money. Then we buy more lah. But never give the patches away free. It does not work. We did that before. Peter also said he did that before. No use one. We have given patches. Sometimes we get the 10-piece one. You remember, no? To people, even 30 pieces I given before, no? To some very, very close friend, people with terminal illness, people with a lot of problem. They got no money to buy. I got a friend kena stroke. No use one. They may not even use it. Okay, but you can demo. You can just patch. When you patch only one piece patch. And when you patch, you explain. You let him feel. Never give. You give, not to say cannot lah. You can, some good friend you can, but don't give the whole pack. Maybe you give 1 piece or 2 piece. Let's say you try on the yawn. If you want to try the energy enhancer, maybe you can give him. If he find it good, hey, this one good, no pain. Let's say he is a sportsman, he's a cyclist and he wants to try. You can give him 1 pair and ask him to try. Maybe the next, maybe this weekend he's going to cycle with his friend, don't know how many kilometers. Then you can ask him to try. That one you can. But never give. One sleeve. No, it doesn't work. All right? So every business, you need money to start, I would say. But our business is minimum. You don't need a lot of money. Let's say you buy one advance pack. How much? It's only 535 USD. It's 2,000 over ringgit. Tell me what business you can start with 2,000 over ringgit now. Tell me what business. All right. So you have
And
to, this one is also a mindset. Yes, Sam.
can I add, Rosanna, if the person really wants to try, you can actually encourage that person to enroll a co to try. Because if he really wants to try, that means you want to feel the effect on him. And when the person enroll a co, the company give 30 days money back guarantee. So that is a way that you can actually let your prospect to try. So once they have tried the product, most of the time they will feel the difference. They'll feel the difference. And again, some will just say, "Oh, I've tried it. I don't feel any improvement." Then probably you have to ask a few questions, like how is the instead of focusing on the problem that he's trying to fix with the patch, you ask him about what about other things like your sleep. Do you have a better sleep? Do you have more energy, or when you get up, it's easier, or you don't have if the person have night urination or any improvement, just ask them. So there's one way you can actually go around. Because giving patches sample is a waste. What we want is the initial experience of the technology. Patch it on. Let them feel it. Okay, so any other questions before we have overrun time, right?
Mm, any more question? Anyway, because uh, I believe that maybe after a few rounds, the people Malaysia is so open. It will be more open lah. I joined the Peter No's session. His session is called "In the Know with Peter No," and people are very everybody. It's more like a dialogue lah. Sometimes this person will share, this person will ask question. Anyway, that day Peter, just to sidetrack a bit. Peter sent me a text and asked me whether JW Marriott is near my place. I said no, it's not near. It's about 1 hour away from my place. Okay, if there's a traffic jam, it's going to be more. You know where's JW Marriott? Opposite Pavilion. Then to the company, at least half an hour lah. I thought he's coming, but no. He got a brand partner by the name of Dr. Ray Charles. He's already here. Tomorrow I seeing him. I bring him to the office. Okay, he's coming. You see, people are coming to Malaysia to build the business. He also brought another brand partner from Singapore. So Malaysian, okay, please wake up and build the. If not, other people from other countries are coming. And Malaysia is so cheap. JW Marriott, for us is very expensive, right? For them, it's very cheap. You know how much? I went online and checked. It's only 600 over ringgit per night. 600 over ringgit is how much? It's about 120 USD only. We went to US. We stay in the Hilton. Remember how much we pay? We pay 2,007. Some more decent corporate rate. 2,700 over ringgit per night. So Malaysia is a very cheap country in terms of hotels and food. Okay, so they are coming because they know that Malaysia actually, if you can build Malaysia well, it can expand to other neighboring countries because we know at least 3 different languages. So please, Malaysian, wake up. We need more SPD. Okay, the next one will be Samson and Alfred, also SPD coming, and also the rest also coming as SPD. Okay. All right.
All right.
So with this, thank you very much. We would like to end today, and next week there will be another topic again. Stay tuned. We will see you guys again next week. Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night.